This guy says you're not allowed to be in the road. How about we race you, sir? Goodbye. Not allowed to what? Sorry, what was that? Hey everybody, it's Ginger on Wheels again. I am at Evie's and they have one of the few Segway GT2 scooters that's available to ride right now. So I'm gonna go out for a quick test ride on it and I'll tell you what I think, what I like and what I don't like. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and let's get ready to ride. Here we go, nice straight road. Let's see what this thing will do. Oh! Oh wow, the pull is crazy. This thing is powerful. Okay, so we've got it outside the shop. This is the Segway GT2. I'm gonna show you around real quick and then we're gonna go for a spin and I'll let you know what I think about it. So, coming from left to right, we have got this nice, it's kind of like a foamy grip. Little button for turn signals here. And you can see a nice display arrow comes up just for a few seconds. It's not gonna last like a minute or two like the V-set. It's got a horn thingy here. I'm not gonna push it yet. You push the button down and it'll give you one wheel or two wheel drive. You can see on the left there it changes up. You've got a little, it's like a twisty knob too into the same button and it'll have a daytime running light and then it has full-blown headlights. So this is the headlight and then if I turn the little dial on the handlebars, it goes to a daytime running light. Big, nice LCD display here. This is not hard to read at all. It's actually pretty dang bright. This is our mode knob here. It has a walk mode, a park, eco, sport, and race. It's got a half twist throttle here, and these look like full hydraulic brakes, front and back. Nice wide deck, and one of the best things about this scooter is allegedly the suspension, which is a first on a Segway scooter that I've seen anyways. This is basically like the Segway Ninebot Max on crack for adults. This thing is very vehicle grade looking, extremely high quality. I can see some rebound adjustment back here, slow and fast, so adjustable suspension. These are our rear blinkers back here, I think, or brake lights. Ooh, check out these cool strobes it's got going. That looks cool. I think that's a daytime running feature as well. How do you like them apples? The battery in here, I'm guessing you pull this out. Is this the charge? So you can charge this thing up to 4 amps. It's got a dual charger system. But that's enough walk around. Let's go ride around on it and see how it does. Oh, if you hold the throttle in walk mode, it's a very brisk walk. It's like a power walk. Walk mode is cool, but it's not perfect. It's a little fast for me. I guess if you hold the scooter back while you're in walk mode, it's not bad. It'd be good for pushing scooters up hills, which I think is what it's for, because the thing does weigh 90 pounds. It's not a light scooter. This is one of the more technologically advanced vehicles. All right, I'm in single wheel drive and it's got a pretty impressive amount of torque. There are dual 1500 watt motors on a 48 volt system on this scooter, so let's get it in the road where it belongs. Let's see how she does. Wow, whoa. Did not see that coming on a Segway. I was just expecting this thing to be a big Ninebot Max, but I have a feeling I'm about to get very surprised. The speed is in kilometers per hour, so don't get thinking it goes that fast. The top speed is about like 42 miles per hour, I think. Very smooth, impressive acceleration curve in single motor mode. I love the handling too, wow. Suspension holds my weight really well. I'm 225 pounds, but like I showed you earlier, it does have adjustable suspension pieces. Mr. Wrongway also did a very detailed video on this scooter. You can check that out if you want to. This throttle is really easy to finesse. Even with thumb throttles that have a smooth acceleration curve, I'm still kind of always fighting. It wants to go faster than I want it to go, but this is very, very accurate throttle response. Extremely impressive. And the scooter feels really stable. I don't know what it is. It's like the rake of the bars, I think. The angle of the bars compared to the deck. I got a little creak and squeaking coming from the front suspension. Could use a little grease. Let's see here. Let's put it in race mode and speed mode 1. Is this minivan gonna go or is he just like driving for fun? Let's test our horn now. Oh, come on. That's the horn? It's a beeping noise. That's the horn. This thing I would not take off-road. This is like a high-speed street princess. Very comfortable. Heavy though. A lot of scooters with suspension, you can pull back on the bars and kind of get the front to come up a bit. Not this. This thing is beast. It's got 11-inch tires on it. I have never ridden the scooter. I just hopped on and I'm riding it for the very first time. So bear with me while I learn about it as we ride. I like the brakes though. Check this out. Just stops pretty much immediately. When you stop, the front suspension compresses a little bit. It's pretty unique in the design of the swing arm too, and the way that the spring compresses. It's not your standard like Dualtron swing arm looking suspension, and it's not the up and down suspension you see on the Wolf. It's sort of like an angled, internal, built-in suspension. It's protected by a little cover piece in the front. Very stable, I can't get over this. It's gotta be the rake of the bars. Like, one-handed. Can I steer this thing one-handed? Yeah. Can I accelerate one-handed? Yeah. If you need to talk on the phone, I mean, don't do that, but if you really needed to make an emergency call, you could. Crazy stability. This road's a little bit faster, so let's get out here and see what it'll do. The scooter is one of the very few scooters that has a full-blown traction control system. If I wasn't in race mode, it will prevent the top tire or the front tire from burning out. So it's very intelligent in that sense. But since we are in dual motor race mode, that feature is turned off, not for novice riders. Here we go, nice straight road. Let's see what this thing will do. Oh! Oh wow, the pull is crazy. This thing is powerful. Speed limited, electronically limited to 70 kilometers an hour, which is not slow, 42 miles an hour. Wow. Didn't see that coming. I mean, I guess I should have for the price. Let's go on this gravel here. I'll turn it into sport mode. Let's see how the traction control is smart, but it's not that smart. It takes a little while for it to figure out the tire is burning out and cut off power to it. Pretty impressive though. It's really just straight off the line that it burns out, and then it remembers, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be traction controlling. Pretty freaking sweet. I would consider this scooter like the ultimate commuter scooter. If you have like an eMove Cruiser or a Mantis and you're just over it and you want something better, but you don't want to have something like enormous like a Wolf or a 011X, this thing, the stability and features it has, like traction control, full hydraulic brakes, sport mode, race mode, walk mode. It's got the headlight with the little runner lights, the rear RGB LEDs. This is a sweet scooter. The throttle is a lot harder to finesse though in this sport mode. Let's try and go down to, pretty counterintuitive. I'm turning the knob left to go up in speed modes, but you actually turn it right. That's one downside about the traction control. If you're in midair, I guess, if you lose traction, it'll cut off power to the motor, so you're going off the curb like that. Just so smooth. Not smooth. Smooth is not the right word. Stable is the right word. I can still bottom out the suspension over big bumps and off curbs and stuff. This guy says you're not allowed to be in the road. How about we race you, sir? Goodbye. Not allowed to what? Sorry, what was that? He doesn't know what he's talking about. You're definitely allowed to be in the road here. So cool. This thing is vehicle grade. You can see the power. It goes all the way up. It's in boost mode right now. I love this thing. Oh yeah. Send it. Wow. I feel like I could ride it with one hand even at this speed, but I'm not very familiar with this area and there's lots of cars, so I'm not gonna try and pull that off. But I feel like I could if I wanted to. I feel like the scooter's got my back. It's a lot less dangerous than other models. So much fun. All right, turning on my turn signal now. No cars behind me. Quick over the shoulder check never hurts. Wowzers. Yeah, that pull in dual motor mode does not feel like it's very easy on the battery. That is some serious pull. I still can't get over that horn though. That's the horn. Beep, beep. I guess if you want to over and over, it would get your attention because you'd be like, what is that? But it's not something that would strike you immediately as, oh, that's a horn, I'm in someone's way. It's very, very robust. If you thought the 48 volt Ninebot Max from My Max Mods was a lot, wait till you ride this thing, which surprisingly is also 48 volts. It's a 48 volt dual 1500 watt motor scooter. I think the traction control, at first it burns out, but once it does remember it's supposed to be traction controlling, you get a lot more grip than you would with a normal scooter. They're just your standard 11-inch tires that you find on the Wolf, but you're not burning out the front tire for the first quarter mile. That is super fun to do. I would be willing to bet that this thing has one of the fastest off-the-line accelerations of any scooter on the market. And it's 48 volts, like how does that work? How many amps are the controllers putting out? That's one cool thing about this scooter is IPX5 water resistant rated, and the controller is actually IPX7. So the controller can get pretty darn soaked. This would be a good option if you want to ride your commuter in the rain. This is like the all-around commuter vehicle scooter. Over time, your motors might get a little rusty, potentially damage the battery, but it's got a nice waterproof cover on the charger ports there. Suspension? Yeah, can barely feel the railroad tracks. Let's go into race. Oh, we already were in race mode. And watch the speedo as I accelerate here off the line. So 0, and then I'm hitting it right now. And stopping with the brakes. Wow, geesh. It's just brutal on both ends in race mode. I'm gonna put it back in single wheel drive. You have to switch between dual and single motor mode while the scooter is stopped. Sorry, you can't do it while it's moving. I know they tell you that you're not supposed to do that with the VSET scooters, but you can still do that and damage the controllers allegedly. I've never had that happen. But with this scooter, it's, like I said, it's really technologically advanced. It knows if you're moving, and it won't let you change speed modes from single to dual if the scooter is moving. But to be quite fair, this thing has plenty of power still in single motor mode. Probably easily go 55 or 60 kilometers an hour. Speed limit's 30 kph. I'm sure we can easily do that. This is a phenomenal scooter. It is very expensive though, something to consider. It's like right up there with the Wolf King GT almost, but so nice. And I can tell just by the way it's built, the build quality is insane. You're gonna have very, very few broken parts and issues with this thing, if any at all. Our front suspension was a little creaky, but that's nothing a little grease can't fix. It just feels, it's like really sound. Like I've said it 3 times now, it's a vehicle grade scooter. This thing is quality, genuine quality. The finesse you can put into the throttle, super hard stopping power, brutal acceleration in dual motor mode and race. I like it. So in case you couldn't tell by the intro, I got this scooter. They're letting me demo it from the EVs shop. It's up in Vancouver, BC. One of the few shops in North America that has this scooter. And they also have a great selection of unicycles and gear like pads and wrist guards and stuff. So definitely go check out evs.com if you haven't already. They're pretty new to the scene, but man, they hit the ground running. They're one of the bigger distributors now already. And I can tell why. Everyone there is really nice, super knowledgeable. They're really quick with customer service. There are 15 employees in there and they're all just hustling and bustling all day. I felt kind of bad getting in their way, which is good. That's what you want to see in a scooter company, right? It's not like Highboy where they don't even have a phone number. And if you do find their email address, they take days to get back to you. I think Highboy and Ninebot are like 2 of the worst at customer service. If you buy local from shops like EVs or Rev Rides, you're always gonna get better customer service. Such a fun scooter. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to take it for a longer rip, but we were riding around on the latest and greatest unicycle earlier, the Sherman S, which is also at EVs. So I burned most of the daylight doing that. Oh, yep, here's the shop. What do you know? You can always tell by the neon signs. All right, I hope you had fun riding around with me on the Segway GT2. Remember to give evs.com some clicks. One of the very few retailers that does have this scooter in stock. Definitely if you know, money's not an object and you want a really solid commuter, this is one of the few scooters I would recommend as being actually waterproof or water resistant. The controller's got an IPX7 water resistance rating, so already impressed right out of the box, but imagine what you could do with a little bit of silicone. Overall, if you're looking for a high-speed commuter and money is no object, I give this scooter 10 out of 10. Me personally, it's a little bit expensive for my taste, so maybe like an 8 out of 10, but if I didn't need to go off-roading, I would seriously consider it. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys for the next episode.